Here are the scores so far, but who will we crown champion today? The answers around the corner next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids, brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Welcome, everybody, to the final round of Quiz Kids and two incredible teams who last week were really battling neck and neck. We have here Ankit Agarwal, Tanay Katari, and Nikhil Desai from the Bellarmine Bells. And in this corner, we have Raymond Liu, Jeffrey Lee, and Richard Zhang from the Mission San Jose Warriors. No interviews, nothing like that, just playing and awarding prizes today. You guys are all winners, you're all incredible, and you've given us a great season. So I'm looking forward to this final round with you. We're going to start with the three-for-all. As you know, I will ask a toss-up question worth 10 points. If your team answers correctly, you get to control that round. Let's see if we can add up more points as we go along. Here's the first toss-up question. Litmus paper is used to test for acids. Jeffrey.
pH.
No. Litmus paper is used to test for acids and bases. Base is known by what name to scientists, which also refer to dry lake beds in the American West?
Alkali? Alkaline? Something like that?
Alkali?
That's right. Until 1994, which alkali lake near Yosemite was in danger of being drained to provide water to Los Angeles?
Mono Lake, I think.
Mono Lake?
Yes. Which other lake on the Eastern Sierras was drained dry starting in 1924?
Pyramid Lake, perhaps? Or what?
Havasu?
No, I don't think so. Pyramid
Lake.
Owens Lake.
Okay, sorry.
His name means forethought. Although he has helped Zeus greatly in the past, who was he? Yes, Richard.
Prometheus.
Right. Each day, Prometheus was chained to the rock as an eagle ate which of his vital organs?
Liver.
Finally, Prometheus was freed after which Greek hero slew the eagle?
Hercules.
That is right for 40 points. A single death is a tragedy. A million is a... Richard?
Stalin?
Yes. What did Stalin and his detractors call the campaigns of repression and persecution from 1936 through 1938?
Purges?
Yes. A process of de-Stalinization was instituted by which of Stalin's successors?
Khrushchev.
Right, for 40 points. The Earth's atmosphere is divided into layers. What's the name given to the level in which... Nikhil?
Stratosphere?
No. The level in which we're standing right now.
Troposphere.
The fragile ozone layer is in the lower part of which other atmospheric layer?
Stratosphere. Stratosphere.
AM radio waves can travel long distances at night because they bounce off which layer?
They want ionosphere?
Ionosphere?
That is it for 40 points. Its name is derived from a Latin word meaning to see. What foreign travel document, Nikhil?
A visa.
WHTI is the acronym for the law that since 2007 has required U.S. citizens to have a passport for travel to Canada or Mexico. What does WHTI stand for?
Workers' Health and Travel Initiative? I don't know.
Workers' Health and Travel Initiative?
Western Hemisphere Travel Initiative.
Oh.
Until 1991, the Group Areas Act allowed the government of which country to force non-whites to live in townships such as... Yes, Jeffrey?
South Africa?
Yes. Matt Damon was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role in what film about post-apartheid South Africa?
Invictus.
In Invictus, who played the role of Nelson Mandela?
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Correct for 40 points. If your doctor diagnoses you with lateral epicondylitis, you're suffering from what inflammation named after what court sport? Nikhil?
Tennis elbow?
Yes. Treatment for tennis elbow often involves taking NSAIDs, such as ibuprofen, or what analgesic first used in 1899?
Do you know? Aspirin? Yeah, maybe.
Aspirin?
Yes. Many pain relievers are classified as NSAIDs, meaning that they do not contain what compounds defined as having a specific arrangement of 4 cycloalkane rings?
Oh, like, no, I don't know, Dienes.
Steroids.
Oh,
that's all.
At 605 feet tall, it was the tallest building west of the Mississippi. Ankit.
Space Needle?
For what 1962 event was the Space Needle and the companion monorail system constructed?
Like a World's Fair, probably?
Like a World's Fair?
Yes. 2 years later, a World's Fair opened in New York City's Flushing Meadow. What stadium that also opened in 1964 was just retired last year?
Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Arthur Ashe, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, Arthur Ashe.
Shea
Stadium.
Stadium.
I thought so.
Sorry.
Where they play baseball.
He reinstated his father, Henry III, and succeeded him, ruling 1272 to 1307. Which English king who... Yes, Ankit.
Henry IV.
No. Which English king who conquered Wales and also invaded Scotland, for which he was called the Hammer of the Scots?
Edward the First.
Okay, go.
Edward the First.
Yes. In Braveheart, Mel Gibson played what Scottish rebel who opposed Edward I?
William Wallace.
Oh, okay.
William Wallace.
Who finally drove the English out of Scotland by winning the Battle of Bannockburn after many defeats?
Robert the Bruce?
Yeah.
Robert the Bruce.
You got 40 points. An unauthorized autobiography and the Beatrice letters. Nikhil.
Lemony Snicket.
In the film Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, which actor plays the uncle of the Baudelaire children?
Do you have any idea?
No, do you? Who plays it?
Johnson.
Brad Pitt.
It's very close. Jim Carrey. In the 1800s, this disease killed more Londoners than smallpox, measles, Ankit.
Cholera.
No. Typhus, whooping cough, and scarlet fever combined. Known then as consumption. What do we call this lung disorder today?
Tuberculosis.
It wasn't penicillin, but what other antibiotic that was the first effective treatment for TB?
Streptomycin.
Oh, okay.
Streptomycin.
Yes. Which nonprofit whose symbol is a modified cross of Lorraine, which was originally founded as the National Association for the Study and Prevention of Tuberculosis?
It's like CDC.
CDC?
No, the Lung Association. After 1912, it was decades before another star was added to the U.S. flag. In what year was that star added? Ankit.
1959.
Yes. What state was represented by that 49th star?
Alaska or Hawaii?
Alaska.
Not Hawaii, because...
Alaska.
And what state was represented by the 48th star added in 1912?
New Mexico or Oklahoma?
Arizona.
New
Arizona?
Mexico or Arizona? Which one? I think New Mexico, but I'm not sure.
New Mexico.
Arizona.
Sorry.
Which goddess of Greek mythology gave humans the olive tree and promoted Nikhil?
Athena?
Which human in the Trojan War did Athena consider her favorite mortal?
Odysseus.
Odysseus? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
Odysseus?
Yes. Athena also liked what other hero whom she helped when he got in a fight with Apollo for trashing Apollo's temple when he rustled the cattle of Geryon?
Oh, who did that?
Diomedes.
Diomedes?
Maybe?
No, that was one of the labors of Hercules. We'll be right back with more 3 for All.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
The scores are so high for these two teams, in addition to them all being very intelligent young gentlemen, is that they both have incredible team coaches, and I'd like to thank them now for all the work they've done this season. First, for the Bellarmine Bells, Mr. Chris Fleetus. And the substitute coach from Mission San Jose, Mr. Solomon Hammer. All right, gentlemen, 900 to 810, and we're going in with another toss-up question. Good luck. According to the New York Times, it gets its name from a palace once used to house visiting Scottish royalty. Name this headquarters of the Metropolitan Police of London. Ankit.
Scotland Yard.
Right. In 1888, during construction of New Scotland Yard, workers discovered the dismembered torso alleged to be a victim of what unidentified serial killer?
Jack the Ripper?
Yes. The Ripper did his dastardly deeds in what London district?
Soho, perhaps? I don't know.
Soho?
Whitechapel.
Sorry.
What kind of element, usually placed in series with other components, has almost no resistance to avoid... Yes, Ankit.
Capacitor.
No. Has almost no resistance to avoid disrupting its measurements of electric current.
Ammeter.
Okay, go.
Ammeter.
Say again?
Ammeter.
Yes. In 1820, which physicist observed a compass needle was deflected from pointing north when a current flowed in an adjacent wire?
Orsted.
Yes. An ammeter can be made into a voltmeter by inserting what in series with the ammeter?
A resistor? No. Capacitor?
A resistor. Its name honors an early Spanish explorer. What is the three-word name of the predominant American Catholic men's fraternal organization? Richard.
YMCA?
No.
Knights of Columbus.
Knights of Columbus?
Yes. In 1954, lobbying by the Knights helped convince the U.S. Congress to add what phrase to the Pledge of Allegiance?
Under God.
Who was the only American president to have been a member of the Knights of Columbus?
So the only Catholic, John F. Kennedy?
Probably,
John
yeah.
F. Kennedy?
That makes sense. Yes, 40 points. How many sides does an icosahedron have? Yes, Nikhil.
12.
No.
20.
Yes. The icosahedron is one of the 5 platonic solids. Which is the smallest platonic solid?
Tetrahedron.
Which of the platonic solids has pentagons for sides?
Dodecahedron.
You got 40 points. The story may be an allegory of the Children's Crusade. What legendary... Nikhil.
The Pied Piper.
The word pied refers to what characteristic of the piper's clothing?
The variegation or like spotted nature.
Spottedness?
Okay. A many-colored coat figured in the title of what early Andrew Lloyd Webber musical?
Joseph and his coat of many colors?
No.
Oh.
The Technicolor.
Oh, Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
That is exactly right for 40 points.
Yes.
Its motto is friendship. Name the state whose original Spanish name came from the Caddo Indian word for friends. Nikhil.
California.
No, you can steal.
Alabama? Sure. Alabama?
Texas. Rosalind Miles wrote a trilogy about what queen whose affair brought down Camelot? Tanae.
Oh,
Sorry?
Oh, Elaine.
Steal.
Guinevere.
Yes. When Guinevere married Arthur, what did her father, King Leo de Grance, give Arthur as a wedding present?
The Round Table.
To whom did Arthur have to return his sword Excalibur when he was dying?
Lady of the Lake.
You got 40 points. Break a mirror, and you might be able to remember the name by which the French and Indian War was better known in Europe. Jeffrey.
7 Years' War.
The treaty ending the 7 Years' War and another treaty ending the American Revolution were both named for the city in which they were signed. What was the city?
Paris.
Many conflicts were ended by treaties signed in Paris. The 1973 Paris Peace Accords ended American involvement in what war?
Vietnam. Vietnam.
You got 40 points. Most American children today are given DPT shots, which protect against 3 childhood diseases. Which of these was sometimes... Nikhil?
Tetanus.
No. Which of these was sometimes called whooping cough?
Pertussis.
Pertussis.
The D in DPT refers to which disease?
Diphtheria. Diphtheria.
The T in DPT refers to what disease that used to be called lockjaw?
Tetanus.
You got 40 points. We are 10 points away from each other. He held office from 1853 to 57 and declined to run for re-election. Yes, Tanae.
Johnson?
No. Name this president whose winning campaign slogan was 54-40 or fight.
It'd be Polk, right? No. No. Pierce.
Yes. The 54-40 referred to a proposed boundary line with what neighboring country?
Canada?
Yes. Today, the border of 54-40 actually does separate Canada and the U.S. What state and what province share a border at 54 degrees 40?
Washington and British Columbia. Washington and British Columbia?
No, it's Alaska and British Columbia. A native of the Caspian and Black Seas, the beluga is one of the giants of what fish? Jeffrey?
Whale?
No. What type of fish?
Sturgeon.
A sturgeon?
Yes. Because of the critically endangered status of the beluga sturgeon, what nations have banned the import of what luxury product from this fish?
Caviar.
If you want to get your beluga caviar on the cheap, go to the town of Atira in what former Soviet republic?
Perhaps
Ukraine.
Azerbaijan or something?
Ukraine.
Azerbaijan?
It's Kazakhstan. From the Latin for dug up, what is the term for ancient plants and animals preserved in sediment? Nikhil.
Fossils.
One of the world's most celebrated fossil fields is the Burgess Shale, located in what Western Canadian province?
Alberta.
Yeah.
Alberta?
No, British Columbia. What's the name of the building that's the final resting place of the wife of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan? Ankit?
Taj Mahal.
What's the 4-letter name of the Indian city where you would go to see the Taj Mahal?
Agra.
Agra is located in which Indian state, often referred to as just UP?
Uttar Pradesh.
That is right for 40 points. Together with Claude Bernard, what inventor of a rabies vaccine developed a namesake, Raymond?
Pasteur.
Yes, because rabies victims in the later stages are unable to drink. The disease is sometimes known as what phobia?
Hydrophobia.
Fear of water, such as fear of swimming, is not hydro, but what other phobia?
Aqua.
Sure.
Aquaphobia.
You got 40 points. Who endowed the University of Chicago in the late 1890s and became the world's first billionaire thanks to his founder? Nikhil?
Rockefeller?
Yes. In his later years, Rockefeller was known for passing out nickels to children and what silver coins to adults?
Dimes.
Dimes, perhaps?
Dimes.
Yes. Name the Rockefeller who became vice president in 1974.
Nelson.
Nelson.
You got 40 points. They held the White House continuously from 1801 through 1829. Give me the hyphenated Jeffrey.
Democratic Republicans.
The Democratic Republicans were founded to oppose the policies of what party founded by Alexander Hamilton?
Federalists.
What party that existed from 1833 to 56 was formed in opposition to the policies of President Andrew Jackson?
Whigs.
You got 40 points. Woo! The entire April 1913 issue of National Geographic was devoted to Hiram Bingham's discovery of which, yes, Ankit?
Machu Picchu.
Yes. In 2007, Machu Picchu was named one of the new 7 wonders of the world, along with what structure in Agra, India?
Taj Mahal.
Isn't that funny? The only other one of the new 7 wonders of the New World is what Mayan site on the Yucatan Peninsula?
Chichen Itza, probably.
Chichen Itza.
You got 40 points. The end of the round, 1090 to 1150. Who's going to win it? We'll find out in a minute.
Peninsula TV is proudly brought to you in part by Nimbus Design, helping Penn TV, businesses, government, and nonprofits with their web technology and design needs. Nimbus Design combines art and technology to help businesses connect directly with customers, partners, and the public. Located in Redwood City, the heart of the Silicon Valley. They can be reached on their website at nimbusdesign.com. Nimbus Design, a proud sponsor of Peninsula TV.
At the end of this final round, we're going to be awarding prizes to both teams, so stick around after we've announced the final score. It's the time for the final countdown round, gentlemen. 3 minutes are on the clock. Point value, 30 points. 2 very great teams with 2 high scores. Good luck to both of you. Here's your first question. Name the large lake in the middle of the country of Panama that holds Nikhil.
Lake Gatun.
Yes. The Pisonian conspiracy of AD 64 tried to overthrow which emperor who's Tenay?
Nero.
Yes. The chemical element hafnium is named for this city's...
Copenhagen.
Yes. The primary component of the atmospheres of both Venus and Mars is... Richard.
Methane?
No. Is which triatonic greenhouse gas whose solid form is called dry ice?
No, carbon dioxide.
Yeah, triatomic carbon dioxide.
carbon dioxide.
You got it. Catatonic and paranoid are subtypes of... Jeffrey.
Schizophrenia.
Correct. What island, whose namesake strait contains the Pescadores archipelago, was previously known as Formosa and is home... Ankit.
Taiwan.
Yes. There are 6 wrestlers in a round-robin tournament. How many matches in all will be held? Nikhil.
7.
No.
No.
You can steal.
No, 5. 15.
Right. What heavily fortified French defensive position failed to prevent Jeffrey?
Maginot Line.
Right. The Hindu term for the incarnation of a being gave its name? Ankit.
Avatar.
Right. Douglas Engelbart invented what device first sold with Xerox Star Workstation that mimics the movement of a user's hand with...
Mouse.
That's right. Heroes from these conflicts include Regulus, Scipio, and Fabius. Nikhil.
Punic Wars.
Right. When solving a standard quadratic equation, what term do mathematicians... Richard.
Discriminant.
Yes. Alberta is only one of 2 landlocked Canadian provinces. Which is the... Raymond.
Saskatchewan.
Yes. NASA's Messenger spacecraft recently became... Raymond.
Mercury.
Yes. What important forerunner of expressionist art from Norway is famous for 1890... Ankit.
Munch.
Yes. Among elements, the strongest reduction potential belongs to which... Yes, Raymond.
Fluorine.
No. Which alkali metal whose name comes from the Greek for stone?
Stone.
Petra.
Wait, no. This is, I think...
Alkali metal.
It is lithium. In 1885, he earned $50 a week as a member of Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. Name this Lakota leader who, along with Crazy Horse, yes, Unkit.
Red Cloud.
No. Defeated General Custer at the Battle of the Little Bighorn.
Sitting Bull.
Yes. He wrote of a visit to the Holy Land and the Innocents Abroad, Nikhil.
Mark Twain.
Yes. In adults, the only arteries to carry deoxygenated blood are Raymond.
Pulmonary arteries.
Yes. Oceanus Hopkins was born in 1620 aboard what ship during its famous, yes, to name?
Mayflower.
Yes. The ancient Mesopotamian city of Nineveh was on the east bank of Ankit.
Tigris.
Yes. Nicknamed the Great Dissenter. Name the Supreme Court justice who coined the term, yes, Nick, to name.
Holmes.
Yes. What two-word Latin phrase is used to mean something that has nothing to do with the previous conversation? Yes, Nikhil.
Non sequitur.
Got it. When Lewis and Clark reached the source of the Missouri River, they crossed the Continental Divide and reached the Pacific Ocean at the mouth of what river? Nikhil.
The Columbia River.
You got it. What Soviet dancer member of the Kirov Ballet created a diplomatic... Nikhil.
Diaghilev.
No. Diplomatic stir when he defected to the U.S. in 1974.
Rachmaninoff?
No. Baryshnikov. And that is the end of the game. Bellarmine is the champion.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Peninsula TV is proudly brought to you in part by Nimbus Design, helping Penn TV, businesses, government, and nonprofits with their web technology and design needs. Nimbus Design combines art and technology to help businesses connect directly with customers, partners, and the public. Located in Redwood City, the heart of the Silicon Valley. They can be reached on their website at nimbusdesign.com. Nimbus Design, a proud sponsor of Peninsula TV.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
Well, our Season 11 champs become the runners-up for Season 12. Congratulations, Mission San Jose. And here to award the first part of your prize is David Jolliffe, the treasurer of Golden Gate Commandery 16 Knights Templar.
Thank you. Golden Gate Commandery number 16 Knights Templar is a part of the Peninsula York Rite bodies of the York Rite, and we're very pleased to have been able to support Quiz Kids for many, many years. This was one of the closest and most exciting games I've ever seen over the number of years I've been supporting this. I'd like to present you with checks, both for you individually and also for your coach.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, David. And also we'd like to present Albert Rivas, Senior Warden representing the leadership of the Burlingame Scottish Rite.
Yes, I think today we have been seeing a really high competition. And I see the young, fresh mind competing for the future. And we want to give a token appreciation for you.
Thank you.
And your team for a good job, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Jeffrey, you want to say something on behalf of your team?
Yeah, I would like to thank all the competitors and all the coaches of all the other teams for making Quiz Kids like a great season this year. I'd like to thank the San Mateo Credit Union for sponsoring this, and the Scottish Rite and the Knights Templar for sponsoring the prizes, as well as the TV studios like Penn TV and Chron 4 for screening this, and the Bay Area Academic League for providing the questions and such.
That's great. Congratulations, Mission San Jose. Now, Bellarmine, Season 10 champs, and now Season 12 champs. Congratulations to you. And to honor you, we are sending you for a wonderful week to London to experience the theatre of the UK. You're going to also see great, great sights of England, such as the Globe Theatre, Shakespeare's birthplace over at Stratford, Bath, Stonehenge, Anne Hathaway's Cottage. You'll go to Oxford. Maybe some of you will end up going to Oxford. So congratulations. We hope you enjoy that trip, courtesy of our good friends at ACIS. Tanae, would you like to say something for your team?
Yes, first I'd like to thank Mission San Jose for being excellent players in whatever tournaments we compete in. They do a fantastic job, so I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank our coach, Mr. Fleetus, for everything that he does. I'd like to thank the faculty, staff, and community at Bellarmine College Prep for all the support they provide, and to our families for everything that they do. Additionally, I'd like to thank the San Mateo Credit Union, the Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Bay Area Academic League for writing the questions, TV Game Brains Productions, Penn TV, Cron 4, and ACIS.
That's great. And I want to thank you on behalf of the staff of Quiz Kids for joining us this season. Our incredible teams, their parents, their coaches, all the friends that have joined us. We hope you will join us again next season for number Lucky 13. Bye-bye.